We want the truth. The people them are saying that you were greedy to the guys, you didn't treat the guys good. Allegedly, that's what the people are saying.
Well, let's expound on that a little bit.
The guys got lazy and you throw them out your band.
No, I'll get into that.
You throw them out your band and go for the singers.
No.
Come on, Cory.
No.
Admit the truth.
No.
Be a good look at hospital and admit it.
Never that.
Right.
Never that. So I'm telling you, that was one of the issues.
Laziness.
There was another issue of substance abuse that we tried to don't act surprised. Don't act surprised. You and the viewers know what I'm talking about.
Who had the substance abuse? Like, who was abusing substance? I don't. This is the first time I'm hearing this.
I have a personal issue with bands in general, right? Just trying to piggyback off of what we would have built with the long jam.
But
because
it is not you who would have built the long jam.
Well, who built it into what it is today?
But Casanova played a part.
Do your homework. Go back to the last long jam. Casanova did check some footage and tell me
So you wouldn't credit them at all for anything
for what it is today?
No man, Cory, you're a narcissist, man.
But Cory, if you have a problem with a specific DJ, don't lump everybody together.
What DJ did Cory have a problem with?
It seems like, and it's allegedly like you have a problem with Zimba. If you have a problem with Zimba, you need to go and tell Mr. Abbott you have a problem with him playing at a Culturama event and don't play enough Culturama music.
I have a problem with DJs who play at Culturama events.
I will say that we should approach it from a federal standpoint. Let both St. Kitts and Nevis make Culturama big. Working together can explode the whole Culturama experience.
Welcome back, or welcome to the cultural experience. My name is Essential. This is another episode of the culture. Behind the scenes, please remain quiet throughout the interview. It's a serious business.
The AC, the hum and the AC come to my and take it out.
But we're gonna burn up in here.
Yeah. I just want to know if we turn it off.
No, we're good, man.
Okay.
We're good.
Carry on.
It's a constant sound, so if anything, I can lower the levels.
Gotcha.
I'm here, man. I go and let you know the thing. But anyways, I'm not cutting that out, you know.
No. Well, if you need...
This is the cultural experience. You know, it's all about Culturama 50. You know, we're embracing the what them say it go?
The slogan?
The slogan.
Aye. Embracing our culture, something history, something heritage.
No, celebrating our culture, embracing history. This is Culturama 50.
Okay. There you go.
Test him, he don't even know the slogan. But we're here with one of the dinosaurs of St. Kitts, Nevis, and Nevis to be exact, music, you know. This looks like a podcast setting, but it's not. It's the cultural experience. And this is the cultural experience featuring Mr. Cory Tyson. We're here to speak about Jouvert Morning, a few little controversial things that has been happening. You know what I mean? We see where Corban right now,
Talk the truth. We all going here. Talk the truth.
I mean, Corban. Cory, what you do?
Let me take it easy.
Bless.
Yeah, man.
Just making sure we're not enemies yet, you know.
No.
Because it seems the people of the bands in St. Kitts don't really have much of a liking for me.
Oh.
Do you share those sentiments?
No, man. You do your thing, the man never do the thing.
Yeah. So how you feel about Culturama 50? Like how you feel about how you think the energy is building for this year's staging of Culturama?
The Culturama, and I said by that, going through the motions, I feel the energy kind of low, but I think that's not really a Culturama problem. That's more of a entertainment sector problem in Nevis, but still a Culturama problem. The energy kind of low, but
oftentimes we find the problem. We would point out the problem, but what's a solution to that? Do you have any recommendations as to we can find some kind of solution to that issue?
Well, we have to, as people in the business, we all have to like come together and sing and work it out. It's a major problem. It's going to take bands, it's going to take DJs, it's going to take promoters, it's going to take government, it's going to take the various government entities. It's going to take people like yourself. We need to have like a round table with serious-minded people, with trying to identify a problem and then coming up with a solution and putting the solution in place and then sticking to the solution to make it work. But there's a serious problem that we're facing. I've been trying to raise the alarm for some time, but falling on deaf ears.
Well, Mr. Solution, and you just give me a bunch of nothing.
I know, but because I don't know what the solution is. No one person knows what the solution is, but there is a.
But don't you have at least a suggestion?
I'll tell you where we need to start. It's a complex, right? Because we all want to point fingers. The bandman or the artists them, they would want to say, oh well, the DJ them ain't playing the music, the promoter them ain't hiring, there are no venues, right? The DJ them gonna say, well, I ain't giving me good music, right? Y'all ain't giving me what the people want, etc., etc. Promoters gonna be like, well, I only in it for the money. My job isn't to promote the band. My job is to promote my event.
But that's the promoter's job.
Exactly. Everybody have their job, their responsibilities to, and their role to play. But if we all don't come together and realize why we have a problem, and we all need to do what's in our purview, what's in our responsibility to fix the problem, then it ain't gonna fix. No one entity could do it.
Right.
Single entities would have tried in the past, right, to arrest the problem, and would have failed because everybody on their own.
Well,
own
I mean,
part.
it's a complex issue, and I won't really lament on that much. You know what I mean? Because this is all about Culturama 50, and as y'all can see, I'm wearing Core Entertainment Road.
On the road again.
On the road again. Yeah. This one was from 2 years back, and I've been a supporter, an enjoyer, a patron of Long Jam for about 5 years. I've been living here for 12, this year is making 12 years, and since I've fell in love with soca music and St. Kitts culture, I've been going to Long Jam, and the essence of Jouvert Morning has always been Long Jam for me personally. From the failure of Ultrasonics, I think the only relevant thing for Jouvert Morning for a few years have been the core band Long Jam. Now, Cory, Wagwan, how's the preparation for Long Jam coming?
Good. We would have already have the concepts, the mock-ups, the demos. I hear we should be doing our photo shoot next week. So you should be seeing the products, and we're gonna really up the marketing, up the promotion. It had a little late start, for various reasons. Trying to do things a little different.
I mean, everything seems to be late in Nevis.
Yeah, but Long Jam Core Entertainment, we are always early And in my opinion, I think we're a little bit later than where we would want to be. Normally by April 1st, we would have dropped something. But so we had a little setback because I was, trying to get some things in place. But, we still on time.
Right.
We're still on time.
I mean, it's April and we see the launch of Culturama. How you feel about the launch?
That was good.
I see you played a major role in the entertainment side with the, what was it dubbed?
The cultural time machine.
Time machine. You know what I mean? We see you on the stage with the likes of Deli Ranks, Speedy, Tusty. I mean, those were the guys I grew up loving from core band. None of them are with you anymore. What's the reason for that?
Well, to put it diplomatically.
No, I don't want you to
You want
put it
to don't
diplomatically.
want me to put it
This
diplomatically?
isn't a passport issue. This is a country issue. This is a Culturama issue, the cultural experience. We want the truth. The people them are saying that you were greedy to the guys. You didn't treat the guys good. Allegedly, that's what the people are saying.
Well, let's expound on that a little bit, right? This we were greedy. I wouldn't think so. I could understand why some folks who aren't in the circle may want to feel that way if they don't have the full story.
What is the full story?
How Core Entertainment always operated, not the band, I'm gonna separate Core Entertainment from the band, right? Core Entertainment more so is like the record label, right? And anybody who knows how a record label operates is we fund all the money for everything, right? Our artists never have to pay for studio time upfront. They never have to pay for songwriting, song production, arrangement, marketing, promotion, any of that. The label takes care of that. The only difference with us is that, we in Nevis, St. Kitts Nevis, and maybe the region, we don't make much money from record sales anymore, all right? So we treated the Soca Monarch as the pot.
Yeah.
Okay?
Cash cow, so to speak.
Correct. So what would happen ever since, and this is the guys you mentioned, they weren't unique to this operation. So basically what Core Entertainment would do, Core Entertainment would fund everything, as I said. And once you're successful...
But what you call funding everything? Like what?
Pay for everything.
Pay for
everything.
For what?
Everything.
But if studio time, you're recording the tracks, that's a cost that would be relatively low.
Well, no. Because this is new. Country Kitchen is new. Before that, we had to go by Abo. Before that, we had to go by my partner.
So Abo were charging you all exorbitant amounts of money to record the songs?
No, but you have to pay.
No, but such as the pay, but continue.
Okay, you have to pay for recording. You have to pay for dancers, fireworks, confetti, clothes, dancers, all of that.
No, I've spoken to somebody and within the Culturama space, and that person is telling me a lot of the things have been funded by Culturama.
No. Culturama just started funding that within the last 2-3 years.
Anyways, continue.
Right? We always funded all of that. Right? And the arrangement was, we enter. If you lose, we all lose. Nobody get paid. Right? Core Entertainment has to go into his pocket and deal with the bills that they got to pay.
Cory had to go into his pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was fine. That was part of the arrangement. But I felt confident in our product to take, the gamble. That's how a record label works. Record label ain't gonna just pick up any artist and sign them. They have to see, okay, they have to see the potential, right? And take a gamble. That's how the business works. So when we lose, we all lose. When we win, we all win. We recoup the funds and they get their share. Now, when it comes to, let's say, outside gigs, if you were to hire one of the artists, co-entertainment, and you perform using the co-entertainment material, that's yours. We don't look for nothing out of that. Right? You come and you perform you perform with the band, you get paid.
So wait. You're saying the guys used to go in for the Soca Monarchs. They were performing as solo artists.
Correct.
But Core Entertainment would have funded the process leading up to the Soca Monarch.
Correct.
So Core Entertainment was expecting a percentage of that.
Yeah.
What percentage?
We pay the bills, and we would take after we pay all the bills, I would want to say maybe 30%.
30%. And that wasn't fair. That wasn't seen as fair to the guys.
That wasn't the issue. I'm addressing what people's issues are. That wasn't the issue with the band. You weren't clear.
No, but Nevis is a small place, and these are the things that were said.
By who?
School children.
Oh, educating school children, how we go. But I'm telling school children as far as why those guys aren't in the band wasn't the reason.
So what was the issue then?
Call a name. Everybody had different reasons.
Okay, Delhi Ranks. Because I feel like Delhi Ranks was the most major loss for Corban. Like, Delhi was the sound, the face, that light of not just Corban, but at the time when Delhi Ranks would have left, he was like the only light within music for Nevis in the soca sphere. Now, what happened with Delhi?
Well, that's a question for Delhi to answer. What his plan is, only he can answer that. Delhi was not fired from the band, Delhi left. Nobody won Delhi. In actual fact, the three names you mentioned, nobody won them. They all left.
And it's no fault of Cory's.
I don't know. That's who you are for folks to determine. I don't think so. I don't think that the band, because I don't operate and I don't move in isolation. It's always a consensus.
So what's the reason you got then? Or what was said? Like what is it that was said that, hey, this is what caused me to leave, or I'm leaving Cory because of this?
Family thing, right? I ain't gonna tap myself, and as it is right now, we are on our way terms, and I don't really want to dig old wounds, but basically was kind of a perfect storm. I, in particular, within the band, saw the downwards trajectory of the band's popularity. This is since 2019, before COVID. And I was always been the fire. I've always been the driving force behind the band. Like, let's do material, let's do songs, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this. In 2019, I started to see the signs. It also coincidentally was the last time that we would have taken all three titles, winnable titles in our category for Culturama, which would have been Soca Monarch, Movie, Power, and Road March. Right? So the band's, the co-entertainment's bank was pretty large. Okay? So what I did with co-entertainment's cut, I decided that we're gonna build this, because up until then, we would, as I said, we used to do work by about Black Circle, wherever we need to. But I felt that we needed a home.
Yes,
right. I used to do work in the band house and that sort of thing, like the arrangement and so on, and so on. But I really wanted to do that because I really wanted the band to put out more material. I really wanted the artists to put out more material, right? and get back to that formula that I felt used to work. Between 2019 and 2024, Country Kitchen would have put out a number of songs. Out of that, Speedy would have put out one. This remember this when the band couldn't play. We wanted to put out material, encouraging. Guys, let's do some work.
Right.
Space at that time, Speedy put out one song.
So
Delhi put out two.
So from 2019 to
well, this is 2024. Speedy and well, Delhi left the band in Christmas 2022, correct?
So from 2019, within 3 years, Delhi put out two songs and Speedy put out one. So you're saying the guys got lazy, complacent and lazy.
Yeah, I will say that. And that.
So you throw them out of your band because they were lazy?
No, I get into that. I tell you, it was a mix. It was a complex set of situations.
But you're saying they were not left. You said they never left.
Oh, well, I get into that.
But no, you're saying you throw them out.
No, I didn't say that. You
indirectly.
Said that. You said that.
No, but you're indirectly
I said that
it.
the band had an issue with the amount of material that we put out, but that wasn't.
No, you're
issue.
saying, you see, this is the thing now. A lot of times, people tend to cut corners and go round. The guys got lazy and you throw them out your band.
No, I'll get into that.
You throw them out your band and go for the
No.
Come on, Cory.
No.
Admit the truth.
No.
Be a good look at
Never
hospital and admit it.
Never that.
Right.
Never that. So I'm telling you, that was one of the issues.
Laziness.
There was another issue of substance abuse that we tried to don't act surprised. Don't act surprised. You and the viewers know what I'm talking about.
Who had the substance abuse? Like, who was abusing substance? I don't. This is the first time I'm hearing this.
It wasn't me.
Was it Delhi? Was it Tusty?
No, Tusty was out of the band by that time. But that was part of.
So you're saying Speedy turned a drunkard?
I didn't say that. I said.
What are you saying then?
I said some of the guys had some issues with substances.
And what substance was it? Marijuana?
No.
Cocaine?
No.
Alcohol?
Alcohol, yeah.
So Speedy turned drunkard?
That's not what I said. I said there's a little issue that we wanted to address.
Well, school children say so.
Okay, well...
School children say so. And you're confirming Speedy turned a drunkard?
No.
We're going to be honest.
No. I'm being honest. Like, I'm saying that there was an issue that we tried to arrest and try to fix and try to encourage, but that was not the case. We were unable to do that, right? So led. Hold on.
You were unable to stop Speedy from being a drunkard.
That is not what I'm saying.
But what are you saying on the cultural experience?
No,
we attack a Culturama 50 this enough.
Yeah.
We don't want when Culturama 50 come, we have confusion. Like we don't know what's the truth or what really goes so, or if this is what is being said. You know what I mean?
We jumping all over the place. You was dealing with Delhi, now you're going to Speedy.
No, but you said somebody. So I said Delhi had the alcohol problem.
I said some people, multiple. That's what I said.
Oh, so I told them. Ras.
You see,
pardon my profanity.
Yeah.
So wait, Delhi and Speedy. So let me try to formulate what it is you're saying. So the two guys had an alcohol issue.
Yeah.
The two of them.
Yes, that we addressed.
Right.
We tried to address, yes. Right? Now, they manifested in different ways. The issues manifested in different ways and had different issues. With Speedy, the issue, because at that time Miller was in the band. I had already retired from playing. Miller was playing, and with Speedy in particular, Speedy started to miss gigs, right? And that was taking a toll on the rest of the band. You know, imagine you could rehearse and you have a set going and you work out what you're gonna do for a particular gig, and then one of your singers is a no-show. It kind of messed with you mentally. And
that was happening consistently.
Yeah.
To the point where you dealt out a suspension.
No. Yes. We dealt out a suspension.
When the school children tell me the story.
Yeah. There was it was a unanimous suspension. I don't want you or the viewers to feel like it's Masablue whole heavy-handed. We had a meeting. The band members said, enough is enough. We need to show Speedy that this is an issue for us, and we need to give him a small suspension.
How long was the suspension?
About, I can't remember the exact time, but I think this happened in July and early July. Was just before 5-in-1. So it would have been early July. Suspension was to last up until the end of Culturama.
So you suspend the man for your whole Culturama.
Yeah.
And Culturama is the pinnacle of entertainment in Nevis. So essentially you kick the man out the band.
No. How?
No, if you suspend me for the peak when everything are going, then that means you're done with me.
No. I disagree.
You can do without me then.
I disagree.
If you could do without me for the, people leave it in the comment section.
Yeah, that's fair.
If Perspective Media can continue on without me as a host for the busiest season of the year, that means Perspective Media don't need me then. I'm not needed. I'm more of a liability then.
Depends on what the reasoning is.
No, but I'm saying, well, we're not going to lament
we're not lament
too long. But so Delhi, what make you kick out Delhi now?
I did not kick out Delhi. Towards the end of 2022, we were gearing up to do some gigs for the season. In addition, I had just gone back to play, so this would have been after Miller went back to Sugar Band. I went back to play to kind of stop the gap, and we decided that the band needed to do some building, because I said, we weren't where we were supposed to be. At least that's what the band felt. The majority of the band felt we weren't where we were supposed to be as far as the fan base and so on. So we wanted to go on a series of like promotional type gigs, playing on the beach, different places and that sort of thing. Be a little bit more aggressive with marketing the band's services, reaching out to friends in the business, try to squeeze us on here, blah blah blah. The normal hustle of an entertainer, right? It's our opinion that I don't think that Delhi was as honest with himself, the status of the band and himself, the kind of work that we needed to do at that time, and he felt that he didn't want to go down that route.
In terms of what, like? I don't really understand.
Okay. So for example, me wood is good, right?
Me wood is no good. Your wood is good.
Me wood is good. Nobody really like what is about we tolerate him.
Despise that guy.
Yeah, we tolerate him, and because we tolerate him, he would have the impression that we good.
Refrain from calling that name around me.
Okay, because I'm having. Okay, I just use it. So one of our friends, he maybe train a dance or whatever, and I would reach out and say, hey, unnamed promoter, see that you have something coming up, try to squeeze on the band up, please. We're trying to get a little forward, whatever. And because we're good, we might negotiate a reduced price. Okay? I really didn't really want to do that. The rest of the band wanted to do that. I felt that we needed to do that.
So more promotional work.
Yeah.
Because you saw where you were declining.
Yeah, the band slipping.
So you wanted to get the band in the mix.
Correct.
You know, and Delhi didn't agree with that.
No.
And because of that.
Well, he would have within the last meeting that the band had, he would have made some statements that sort of rubbed the band members wrong. I know it rubbed me wrong.
Kind of statement.
Suggesting that the rest of the band could take a pay cut so that he could get his full salary if we're gonna do a promotional gig.
Oh, so him at the star, so him want him full money while y'all take the pay cut. That's what you're saying.
If and when needs be. And
y'all didn't agree with that.
No.
Fair enough. And that was the catalyst for him to leave.
Yeah. That started a little bit of a little tension within the group itself. You know, fast forward to a few weeks later to that, we were negotiating to go to Montserrat. We had a few gigs in St. Kitts and so on. We also, in between that space, we also saw where it started to come across as, you know, it was all about him and his shine, you know, what he wanted to do as opposed to what the group wants. Right? We started to see that manifest in certain ways. And I remember the straw that broke the camel's back really was the fact that we were supposed to go to Montserrat. There was some bad weather, right? We were initially supposed to go via boat, but the boats couldn't make the trip because of the weather. The organizers decided to ultimately do a charter. And if anybody know, any of viewers know, the charters that go to Montserrat has some relatively small planes, right? And Delhi suggested that the band shouldn't go to Montserrat because he doesn't want to go. Basically, if he doesn't want to go, the band can't go. And yeah, that didn't sit. Yeah, that didn't sit well at all.
So you felt like Delhi wanted to take over your band?
No, that's not what we're saying.
What are we saying exactly?
If the band is a unit, a group of guys that always has and always will run democratically. If the band having 7 guys and 5 guys want to do something, the band doing it.
But could the band have played without Delhi?
We did.
How was that?
Huh?
How was that?
Went down well.
Really?
Yeah.
So who sang the songs?
Tebulous.
Oh, so you see it, mouth up my story jump out. You wanted to replace Delhi with Tebulous, so you felt Delhi was easy to throw out the door. Finally, I understand the story now.
See, but the story that you want to understand in the true story. That may be a fictional adaptation of the true story. The true story is that we needed to do the gigs, right? Delhi made his stance, the band made its stance, and we were able to call in a favor. At that point in time, it was a favor. We called Tebulous, it was last minute. This all happened a week or so before the Montserrat gigs and the 1 or 2 gigs in St. Kitts that we couldn't cancel, we couldn't get out of. And we made the phone call and asked Tebulous to help us out. And reluctantly, at that time, he said he'll do the gigs. You know, we worked the set, we worked the songs that we wanted to do. Dangles was in the band already. Dangles had the majority of like the chant them and so, and we felt confident enough in letting Dangles continue.
That was it. So Delhi left from
He
there.
left. Nobody,
From there,
yeah.
he
just,
never came back.
Up to this day, he didn't say that he's done or whatever. We said what we had to say.
Done.
He said what he said and he left the band chat.
Okay, so Delhi left the band and you replaced Delhi with Tebulous.
No, there was a spot to be filled.
You replaced Delhi with Tebulous.
There was a spot to be filled and Tebulous filled the spot.
So Delhi was replaced by Tebulous and Tebulous didn't work. Why is it that you throw Tebulous out of the band?
Tebulous wasn't thrown out of the band.
Why is Tebulous no longer a part of the band?
With Tebulous, it was supposed to be a short-term type relationship.
But that wasn't what was communicated to the public. It was the image or the message that was relayed to the public is that Tebulous is now the new frontman for Cory.
Wasn't he?
He was, but for very short-lived. And I'm now asking what happened.
That would have run the course. No beef, no issues. Tebulous has his brand, right? He was able to help me out, help out the band, get us to a rough spot, which he did. Which was the rough spot would have been the first half of 2023 up into Culturama, while we try to work out what the way forward will be. And we are grateful that Tebulous was able to launch.
So why couldn't Tebulous be a long-term solution?
We have different philosophies as far as the imaging and vibe.
But Cory,
you yourself,
when
yourself would have agreed behind scenes that may not have been the best fit.
I mean, honestly, Tebulous, nobody wants to hear the Tebulous as a core band member. We want Tebulous as a Ultrasonics, the old school Tebulous. That is what we love. That's the Tebulous we love. I don't know what is it. I don't know what gave you the idea that Tebulous could have been your lead singer. Honestly speaking.
No, but okay. So I'm putting you on the spot. What would have been our solution?
Find a solution, man.
You
find a youngster.
Right.
I suggested finding a youngster.
Okay, let me put
just as you found Delhi, just as you stole Speedy from Odyssey, just as you had Tusty.
Speedy was thrown out Odyssey. He was a free agent at the time. So I put you on the spot, right?
I don't really want to talk too much about Odyssey. Odyssey don't really like me,
Well,
a lot of bands.
we in the same boat.
Yeah,
we in the same boat. Yeah. But I'm gonna give you a challenge, right? And this is beyond core band itself. If you know any young people who want to be soca artists and want to be before them. That's what we do. That's what we do. We build artists.
If there is a youngster watching this, a lot of young people watches the podcast and Perspective Media in general and this cultural experience series. I think they're watching. So if you're interested, reach out to Cory, because right now we see it's like, honestly speaking, I don't know if Corban is necessarily where it used to be or where it should be.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
I think you're still looking for that person.
Not necessarily for the band. Okay. I want to separate it again. Nevis, Culturamas, the federation, the music business, we need more young energy, young people in it. The youngest artist right now is who?
Suki, you have Suki and what the other one name? The youngster one. Who Calypso, yeah.
Hollywood Son?
No, not Keita, man. But another one, man. He went finals last year.
See, but you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, you
but
understand? We need fresh blood.
Yeah, we need fresh blood.
Yeah, you may say, people who watching the podcast may say, well, okay.
This is not a podcast. This is a cultural experience.
I'm sorry. Apologies.
Right.
Watching the experience, will say, well, yeah, there was a spot to be filled. Cory could have filled it with a young person. And the truth is, we did try. We've been trying to add, even before Delhi left the band, right? We wanted to add somebody, but we would have interviewed one or two people who would have had the interest but don't have the talent, don't have the skill. So the pool is really, 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 really small.
All right, fair enough. Now, Jouvert Morning Long Jam.
Yeah.
The concept of Long Jam came from where?
Well, Long Jam was been in existence before Cory. The last band that did it was Casanova, and if my memory serves me right, I think one or two of the older bands before that would have done a Long Jam.
Okay, so you took it over from Casanova,
yes.
Right?
Well,
now,
it died with Casanova.
It died with Casanova.
Yeah.
You rebirthed it
Yeah.
under the Cory band brand.
Yes.
Now, it has been alleged again that school children say Casanova now wants a piece of the Long Jam, and it's being denied by Cory and Cory
By me?
Entertainment.
I mean, Cory ain't got that kind of power there.
You have some kind of influence.
No, I don't.
So you have no influence over Casanova being a part of the Long Jam.
At all.
And you would welcome them to start, say for example, up there by...
They could start anywhere they want to start.
So
just
if
don't
is-
time you. When we coming down, and if you break down or whatever, just ease on the
So
side.
you're saying
break
Casanova
down.
gonna break down?
If you're gonna break down somewhere where the trailer could pass. Don't break down in the middle of the road. Pull over to the side, let it pass. If you're in front, if you're behind, well, whatever behind happen behind.
No, but them say Cory controls a certain level of, or Cory has a certain level of influence, and he's blocking. He's
never that.
basically trying
Never
to
that.
block them.
Never that.
So you'd welcome that competition on the road.
I always welcome competition.
So
I have a personal issue with bands in general, right? Just trying to piggyback off of what we would have built with the Long Jam.
But
because
it is not you
No, well,
who would
hear me
have
out.
built the Long Jam.
well, who built it into what it is today?
But Casanova played a part.
Do your homework. Go back to the last Long Jam. Casanova did check some footage and tell me if
So you wouldn't credit them at all for anything.
for what it is today.
No man, Cory, a narcissist man. The woman them always tell me say me a narcissist.
No,
me never know
no.
me never know upon God's hurt me would have find a next narcissist.
No, it's not about that.
Wow, Cory.
No, it's
Wow.
not about that. No,
Wow.
no. Me ain't gonna fall into
I'm
that.
so disappointed, man.
You could be disappointed all you want.
So Casanova contributed nothing to Long Jam?
That's not what I said.
So
That's
the
not what I
bamboo
said.
band? Oh God,
That is
man.
not what I said.
Oh God,
I said
man, Cory, man.
what it is today and
Oh God, no,
what
man,
it is
Cory.
today.
Oh God,
what
man.
it is today and what people expect from the Long Jam. That's all new. I'm telling you, what we did, we capitalized on what the vibe.
And what was there?
Yeah.
But something was there. The foundations were built, Cory. Come on now, Cory.
I want you.
Come on now, Cory.
I want you to do your
Come
homework.
on.
You know, did you know, right? Did you know that before Cory took it up, that another band tried it not once but twice? And what happened? How many people they come down with?
It's a question.
No,
No.
I want you to do your research.
No.
Because
Well, you have to give me time for the research. Okay, wait.
People want, and I and the rest of the core team, we take real offense with it. Like, oh, well, the Long Jam was always that, and we just come and we just ride in the wave. No, because
Nobody is saying that. Corey.
Because
nobody is saying that.
No, but
you're taking all the credit for yourself.
No, I'm not.
As if
No,
it is
no,
that
no, never
Core
that.
Entertainment
Never
created
that.
the
No.
concept of a long jam.
No, not at all.
No,
not at all. Not at all. I mean,
with time, things supposed to evolve and get better.
Correct.
Look at the cell phones we're using today. It doesn't take away from the guy who invented the letter. You know what I'm saying? Or the saxophone, or whatever, why the typewriters.
No.
Because it's a combination of all the things of the past that leads us to a 50th anniversary of Culturama.
And I agree.
So you can't take all the credit for yourself, Corey.
What, for turning it into what it is today?
Yes.
For what? For creating the long jam.
You didn't create a long jam.
No, I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I would give everybody who came before.
You would give Casanova
of
credit.
Course.
Okay.
Of course. I used to do it. I would have had a good
Casanova look
Of
credit,
course.
man. The bamboo band. Oh God, man.
That's one of the most memorable Jouvers. I did that. I remember doing that.
Right.
Right, so
Yeah, so nobody feel like
I don't want you to twist me up.
No,
I try to twist up one side because what I
feel
said.
that I'm a Jamaican who doesn't know anything.
No, but we speaking for the worldwide.
No, we know a little thing, man.
What I'm saying.
Listen what I say.
What I'm saying.
50 years we celebrate a culture, man.
I understand that.
Half of 50, you know. Like to celebrate 50 years of something is a great achievement, you know. So we have to honor everything that like everything that played a part.
And I am with you
to make
100% on that.
You know
but your question was, does Casanova have a hand in what it is today?
They absolutely does.
How? Tell me how so?
They laid the foundation for you to build on it. If you build a house, you cannot build a house without a foundation. Which house ever say without a foundation? How can it stand without a foundation? Come on, Cory, man.
No.
Come on now, Cory.
Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe I misunderstood your question, your initial question. Because if you were to say, has Casanova band have they played a role in the long jam's history and so forth? I was definitely, of course, I would consider them the long jam pioneers, without a doubt. You're saying what the long jam is today. If they had a hand in what it is today, with the screens and the lighting and the females in the bodysuits and the shirts and the paint and the wet down and the powder and all of that.
So you invented that.
We brought that. That's what I'm saying.
But you didn't invent that.
No, I didn't. We brought that to the long jam. That's what I'm saying. That is what the long jam is today.
And you think that is what attract people to the long jam? Paint and powder and bad suit.
It keeps them coming.
No, I strongly disagree with that. You have paint and powder and shirt and bad suit in town.
No.
What are you telling me?
They have it now. They have it now. They have it now. They have it now.
Okay, speaking of the long jam, because we're not going to lament upon one thing too long. This is a cultural experience,
but
not a podcast.
I wanted to say something though.
Okay,
that's related.
Say it.
That's related, right? I started off saying that I on a personal level, and folks who are listening, watching the experience will know when I sit down in Culturama meetings as a bandman, right? When they speak of Jouvert and the state of what Jouvert is in Nevis, right? Their first tendency is to say, well, the long jam got the buzz, let everybody do that. Where the real issue is the vibe in Charlestown. The vibe in Charlestown has been dead for some time now, right? And why is that? Because there haven't been any successful Jouvert troupes for a long time operating in town.
Last year. Now, I'm not ready to take this break to have a look back at last year yet. But last year, we would have seen Charlestown come alive.
Okay.
But unfortunately, Sugar Band, we had some issues, and we fell off the trail, and the whole story. Y'all by the end of this episode of the Cultural Experience, you'll get a full picture because LL will be joining us to explain what really happened there. But now, at this point in time, speaking of in-town and entertainment, Sugar Band would have lit up Charlestown last year. And the reason why Charlestown have been dead, allegedly again, is because for the past how much years, y'all have not put... Well, Culturama have taken the decision. Culturama have taken the decision to the benefit of the Nevis bands and Cory Entertainment, to be specific, because you were once on the committee, taking the decision not to put the St. Kitts bands on a trailer. So y'all would have had Sugar Band there in the square on speakers. Jouvert Morning is a moving experience.
Why do you think that stance was initially made?
I have no idea. Allegedly again, the Nevis bands made noise about bringing St. Kitts bands. This is school children speaking, you know.
They would have, but it's important.
And allegedly, Cory have a level of influence, and Cory was a part of the committee.
Okay, hear me out. It's important. It's important for you and your audience to sort of understand at least my mindset, and some of the other entities, you know, bands and like-minded individuals. Right. Nevis bands in general have been struggling for a long time. Okay. Culturama is one of the only opportunities that a lot of them have to showcase what they have to offer. The crowd is, Culturama has a built-in crowd, right? Up-and-coming band don't have to worry about having their promotions on point to get people to come out and hear them, because Culturama has that, and Culturama is giving them a platform for them to showcase, right? It was always my standpoint that instead of putting all of that resources into putting a St. Kitts band on the road, channel some of that resources into helping the local bands develop their product, help them with their Jouvert packages, help them with their marketing, assign some sort of marketing manager to help them. That was my standpoint. We have limited resources, and just putting a St. Kitts band on the road in the streets of Charleston does nothing for the long-term development of Culturama. All that is doing is stopping a gap. Charleston dead, and we need it to come alive. So, let me just put a St. Kitts band on the road, because they're gonna make it lively. But then what's gonna happen next year? You're gonna do it again. And then what's gonna happen the year after? Then you're gonna do it again. In the meantime, what happened to the young band them?
But Culturama now, again, allegedly, school children say Culturama pay for the trailer.
Right.
Culturama pay for the speaker. Culturama pay for the system. And y'all still making nice that Culturama supposed to pay y'all on the road. Pay y'all to go on the road.
Yeah, because that's how it's always been.
Y'all have been spoiled.
Maybe.
In St. Kitts, the bands have to come up with money for everything.
Yeah, but it's different. Take it from me.
Plus y'all winning road march and still getting paid.
The road march in St. Kitts is $20,000. The road march in Nevis just gone up last year to $3,000. It was $1,000 for years.
Culturama in Nevis is spending more money on bands than St. Kitts.
I agree.
It's just the money still is calculating up to be more.
No, not really.
To pay for the system.
Hear me
To
out.
pay for the system. To pay for the trailer, chapter man. To pay all of those bills. Add up.
Why is it St. Kitts band could do that in St. Kitts? Put themselves on the road. They're digging into their own pocket, or they're corporate citizens coming on board?
Corporate is only coming to things that have an audience.
Okay.
You think sponsorship is handouts?
I know.
Sponsorship is based on viewership, based on their ability to sell something.
But trust me, I know. Because we got corporate partners. Long Jam got corporate partners, right? Because I have something to offer.
But then y'all balling about Culturama putting a St. Kitts band on the road.
Okay.
Now, to that point, that's irrelevant. Because Culturama has been funding the Nevis bands, and they've just been them just basically every year on a relax back so and collect on a big check them and sit so. And the more and more as the years go by until Culturama 50 come now, see you know yeah. And expect Culturama to continue now. Because it's Culturama 50, you know. How you expect the people to continue?
I agree with you.
So how it gonna look now, right? Thousands of expats come home to celebrate Culturama 50. And when you look in town, like, nothing much is happening.
That's why we started after interviews talking about that there's a problem, right? There's a problem that we need to address. And the bandman, them ain't addressing it. The artists, them ain't addressing it properly. Culturama ain't addressing it. Nobody really addressing it properly. Everybody just sitting around pointing fingers. Oh, you need to do that. You need to do that. And no one thing is working. And I say we, because I could say it here, because I know what I just say in these meetings behind closed doors with the bandman them. I always preface it and say, cool, all right, but this is what we need to do.
Moving on. Now, back to the Jouvert Morning. Zin. Jouvert Morning. I've seen where it hasn't always just been Corban. There's another troupe that travels behind Corban. It's called Gabrielas.
Yes.
Yeah, the Gabrielas troupe. Now, school children say they have had some issues and Gabrielas is now splitting from Cory and Corban. Is there any truth to that?
I don't know, because there was never a formal relationship, which I personally would have tried to address in the past. When we started doing the Long Jam, I don't know if you remember, your viewers remember, but Ricky Hill, I think is Gabriel's brother. He was the one who used to do the Long Jam posse. He was the one who used to do the troupe with Casanova and so on, you know, and so forth. And when we started to do that, we had a good working relationship. They would do their troupe. Cory has his troupe, their troupe. Ricky would do food and so forth, and our patrons could go and support. As you said earlier, at that point in time, Culturama was basically taking care of maybe 60% of the funding, right? Because for this full disclosure, Culturama was only paying $3,500, right? And at that point in time, when we started it, to rent a system was $3,500, right? So Culturama just used to give us enough money to rent a sound system to go on the road. So that was fine. You know, what we would have made, we would have made from, you know, package sales and so forth is what we used to pay for everything else. Fast forward to when Ricky left, there was no transition. You know, there was nothing along that lines. However, we continued to do our thing. You know, they continued to do their thing, but then we are the ones who are taking on the brunt of the expenses. Price of the sound system double. Culturama still giving the same amount of money. I got to go look sponsors to make sure that we get the wet dongs, we get everything that's related.
Yes.
Right? And I would have suggested to the Culturama committee that they need to regularize or manage that, because it's unfair to us or any other troupe, right? Imagine if you were to bring up Sugar Band, right? And you have your troupe in town and then another troupe just come and decide, okay, well, we jamming behind you. How do you enforce that? Right, and so that is what I was saying. So there wasn't an issue, but I was trying to avoid a potential issue. So I would have spoken to Abo and so forth, and like, okay, this is something that we need to address for everybody, because I don't think that it's fair. That never really happened. You're giving me news now that how that they're doing their own thing, which I welcome.
Come on now, Cory.
I welcome.
Come on now, Cory, man. Come on.
There's rumors, but I don't know. Nobody ever come to me and say, well, Cory, we're doing this.
No, allegedly, there have been attempts to call a meeting between both parties, and you would have declined the meetings.
That's not true.
That's not true. Unequivocally.
Unequivocally.
Well, people, we've reached the mid-stage of this interview. Now, we're taking a break to take a look back at Culturama 49, Jouvert Morning. You'll see me interviewing the man himself, Cory. You'll see a little bit of the excitement of us falling off of the truck and, all of them spicy stuff. You'll even see the Prime Minister being featured on our Jouvert Morning of Culturama 49. So stay tuned, don't go nowhere. We're taking a little break from the interview. We're going to take a little look back at Culturama 49, and we'll be back where Mr. Cory will be confronted because him says some controversial things on social media about the DJs not playing any local music. And we have a DJ here to confront him. So stay tuned for the confrontation. This is the cultural experience.